guys, today's movie is a little bit of a summer theme. I always do at the beginning of every season a video of either my favorite things or favorite movies or sometimes both that go along with the season. And since today is the first official day of summer, I wanted to do a summer movies list. I have a confession though, summer is probably my least favorite season. I don't mind the weather being super hot because I lived in Texas for 5 years as a kid, and so it's not like that's anything new to me. But I don't like here in Virginia, sometimes in the summer, it either pours down rain and thunderstorms where you can't go outside, or it's like 90 some degrees, and so you can't go outside for long periods of time, even to the pool, because you're just baking. And I don't like being shut up with all the windows closed and everything and the air conditioner on. I almost feel like that's worse than winter in some ways, because even winter you can bundle up and go outside, but there's only like so naked you can go outside and it still be acceptable. Although at our local swimming pool, that's being very heavily tested by some of the teens there. But anyway, well, actually some of the moms too. And I think too, for me, summer is hard because as a teacher, I have summers off, which I know those of you that have like normal 9-to-5 jobs are like, cry me a river. But in some ways it sucks because in the summer you feel like you don't have a purpose, and it's not always easy to find summer jobs as an adult because most places want to hire kids like from college or high school, and they don't want to just bank on an employee being there for like, because really I start back doing school things like the second week of August, and so I just have 2 months to where I can work, and nobody really wants to hire you unless you're like the ice cream man or something, which actually I should have looked into being an ice cream woman. That would have been really cool. I might do that after I get off with you guys just to see if that's even a viable job option. But I think for me too, it's hard because I'm at an in-between age, so my friends are not always like readily available. They either have families of their own or kids of their own because they're older than me, or they're my age and they're single and have like jobs that they have to work at, or they live, away like Rochelle does. So it's not always easy to just call somebody up and hang out. So a lot of times it's me and Webster, but that's all right. I'm doing a lot of complaining in this video. But anyway, let me get to the point. I wanted to do a summer movies list for you today, and I tried to make it different than the one that I did last year, which feel free to refer to that one if you want to. Last year's list was a lot of like vacation kind of themed movies, and so this one I sort of tried to be a little more varied, and I'm sure there'll be some overlap, so just expect that. But the first movie that I had written down on my list is Meatballs, and I actually saw this on Netflix about a month ago, and I was pleasantly surprised by it. It stars Bill Murray, and the cover of it looks really similar to like Animal House, and so I was kind of not concerned, because I mean, I'm an adult, I watch adult movies, but I was not sure what to expect because it had kids on the cover, and then it looked like Animal House, and so my assumption was going to be that it was going to be a lot of like debauchery. I was ready for it, but actually I was quite surprised. I ended up liking it a lot better than I thought I would. It's about Bill Murray plays a camp counselor for kind of like just like your typical summer camp, and he actually they're rivals with a camp full of rich kids. And what I like about it is Bill Murray's character, as the movie progresses, is kind of evolving. He starts out sort of being just like really arrogant and kind of like a ladies' man, and you don't like his character very much. And then as the movie goes on, you kind of see that he really has a heart for these kids, and wants them to have fun at camp and to do well and to be safe and stuff. And it's just kind of surprising because I really didn't expect that from a Bill Murray movie. But I really liked it, and I like the different characters of the kids and the counselors. And there is some like there's allusions to sex and alcohol and that sort of thing, but comparatively to some of the other movies out there, it's like High School Musical, so it's really, hey Webster, really nothing to be like super concerned about, especially if you're watching with high school kids. They've seen and know all that stuff anyway. But the next one's a little embarrassing. Rochelle and I, well, my sister too, back probably like upper middle school, early high school, was sort of when all the Olsen twins movies were coming out. Back when it was like one movie after another. They had Passport to Paris, and When in Rome, Holiday in the Sun, which I think is my favorite, Winning London, and then there was one about Australia too. There's Getting There, where they get a car. I don't know what the Australia one is. If you know what that one is, leave me a comment below. But they're kind of fun to watch in the summer because, first of all, they're dumb. The writing and dialogue is dumb. The acting is pretty terrible. If you want to see Megan Fox like pre breastises, she is on there in Holiday in the Sun actually as a bad guy. And it took me a long time to make that connection that that's who it was, but it's totally Megan Fox. But I really like them. I mean, you go into them knowing that they're kind of dumb and that they're lighthearted, but they're sort of fun if you just want like a palate cleanser and you don't want to have to think while you're watching a movie. I think Winning London is maybe my favorite. It's a really cute like romance story, and it's about they go over and do this like ambassador kind of program through their school. They go to London and have to do have to know how Parliament works. I don't know exactly what you would call it, but they're in like a group with a bunch of other kids from other countries, and they have to pick a country to represent and do all this stuff. But she meets a guy from England and kind of falls for him, and it's just kind of cute, silly movie. It's definitely like throwback to your teenager days for sure. And then Holiday in the Sun's my other favorite. They go to Nassau and Atlantis in the Bahamas, and have adventures and meet boys and all that kind of stuff there. And actually, I want to say that the guy from Holiday in the Sun might have been on One Tree Hill, or maybe dated Sophia Bush. There's some kind of One Tree Hill connection there, but I'm not sure what it is. But anyway, check all those out, especially if you have daughters or teens. They're just silly and mindless and fun. And then the next one, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in my last one, so I'm going to keep it brief. But Camp Cucamonga actually came out in the 90s, and it had Candace Cameron Bure, Danica McKellar, who played Winnie Cooper on The Wonder Years, Jaleel White, Steve Urkel. Candace Cameron is DJ Tanner, by the way, from Full House. And then it had a bunch of other, just like, Jennifer Aniston actually played a camp counselor. But it's a really cute movie about these kids that go to a camp, and it's kind of just talking about like their issues growing up and stuff. Like I think Candace Cameron's character is like trying to decide like between being a good girl and a bad girl and boys and stuff. And then Danica McKellar's character's parents are getting divorced, and she's just like all kinds torn up over it. It's just really cute. It sounds like, the way I'm describing it makes it sound like a downer, but it's really silly. They make a rap video to save the camp because the camp needs grant money and funding to stay open. Has this in like land issues with somebody. I don't remember exactly. It's been a while since I've seen it. I don't remember why there's issues. But anyway, it's just cute and it's silly and fun, and you can watch it with your kids. And especially if you love all this like 90s throwback stuff that's coming out, definitely check out Camp Cucamonga. I know it's on, I know if you Google it, like several videos pop up, but I don't know like what are reputable sites and what aren't. So I'll just leave that at your discretion. And then the next one is The Parent Trap, the original or the new one. And this is just mainly because it's takes place during summer, and it's about two identical twins whose parents get divorced when they're babies, and so they've never met each other and don't know anything about each other, which that's sucky parenting, by the way. Oh, you have a sister, but I'm not going to tell you about it. But anywho, they go to camp, they meet each other, the hilarity ensues, but it's camp themed, and both are good. I really like the classics because it's like classic Disney. It has Haley Mills in it. But to be honest with you, the Lindsay Lohan version is really good. She did a really good job in it. And it's just one of those, like, anytime it comes on TV, I'm like, I gotta watch Parent Trap. So check that one out. And then the next one, so I've been on a Disney kick lately. I always love Disney, don't get me wrong. I will always like Disney World. Always like Disney music, Disney movies. That's the part of me that I don't care if people think it's immature. It's never going to go away. Life is too short not to love Disney. But I have been like on more of a classic Disney movie kick lately. And I watched The Aristocats the other day for the first time in a long time and enjoyed it. But I think my like summer pick for Disney movies would have to be The Little Mermaid. And I think that's just because it's like oceany. They're at the ocean. She's a mermaid. But I love The Little Mermaid. I think it might be coming out this year, or maybe that was last year. I don't even know. Sometime in the last year, or maybe next year, or sometime it was supposed to, or it may have already come out in 3D. I just remember seeing the posters for it, and then maybe it was last year. I don't know. If you know if The Little Mermaid already came out in 3D, let me know in the comments below, because I feel like an idiot, because I can't remember. But anyway, The Little Mermaid, of course, is based off of Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tale about The Little Mermaid, and Disney's take is way better and way less depressing. And she has kind of an overbearing father. I don't think King Triton's all bad, but I think he wants Ariel to like do the standard mermaid thing and find a merman, you know, and have mer babies and stuff and just stay in the ocean and be normal. But of course, that's not enough for her. She wants to be human and wants to see the world and see all the stuff that she thinks she's missing out on. And so she has a beautiful singing voice, and she trades her singing voice into a sea witch. And that's all I'm going to tell you. But it's very good. The songs are classic. I really want the next time I go to Disney World. I've only been to Disney World once because we's po, but sometime I really want to go back and see the new Fantasyland and ride the new Little Mermaid ride. If you've ridden that, let me know in the comments below because it looks really cool. And then the next one, Jaws. I almost bought it yesterday, and then I was like, be responsible with your money. They have a tank top at Target. Now they said that, I'm like, dude, I need to go get it today. But anyway, there's a tank top at Target, and it has the cover of the Jaws movie and the classic Jaws poster. Obviously, Jaws is about a shark. It's about a great white shark off, I believe, I want to say, well, you know, I'm not even going to say location because I don't remember because there's so many different Jaws movies. But the first one is classic. Any of them are good except the fourth one was really stupid. Actually, okay, that's a lie. Really, only the first one's good, but the other ones are enough for entertainment if you like to see robot sharks look like they're eating people. But the first one is when they really discover that there's this great white out there and he's just attacking people and mauling people. If your kids have the stomach for it, there's some cussing in it, but there's not anything like super terrible. It's mostly just a classic horror movie, and it was one of the very first scary movies that I ever saw. And I don't like scary movies. I don't know if I've said that before, but I don't. There's some that I like. I don't do well with them. I end up being just like a hot mess for weeks after, especially if they're psychological. But Jaws is one that I just will go back to and watch. I think sharks are neat, and I don't know, I just like Jaws, and I think it's a good movie for summer because it happens during summer, and it's the kids vacationing at the beach, and then the shark comes and eats them, and so if you like that kind of thing, then check it out. And then the next one is Beethoven's Second. Beethoven's First, I can't remember, I believe it takes place like during the school year, and so it's a cute movie, but I actually like the second one better. They rent a cabin like out in the mountains, and they do pie eating contests, and they go to this fair, and they're the daughter, who I can't remember what her name is on the movie. It's the same girl that plays Maggie played Maggie on The Nanny, but she like meets this boy, and he just wants to get into her pants, and she's like, no son, that's not okay. And it's kind of about her like realizing that not always the hot boy or the rich boy is like necessarily who you should go to. A lot of times it's the nerd that's gonna take good care of you. And I don't know, I just think it's cute. And of course it's about Beethoven and his, I guess, like dog wife have puppies, and they take care of them and name them, and then they bring all the dogs out to this cabin, and of course, you know, wild adventures occur. But it's just a cute movie, and it's definitely like summer themed, summer centric. They're at a cabin, and it's vacation-y themed, so I like that one. And then the next one is Dirty Dancing. I had never seen Dirty Dancing until like about 4 months ago, and it was on Netflix, and I had always seen like bits and pieces of it on TV, but I'd never seen like the whole movie in its entirety, and so I made myself watch it, and I thought it was pretty good. It's a classic. I don't think it's necessarily one that I would just like, I really feel like watching Dirty Dancing today, but it's definitely good. If you like dancing or are a dancer or like music, you'll definitely like it. And actually, the lodge or the resort where it's at is not very far from where Rochelle and I live. I don't know how far it is from here. Less than an hour, I think. But they're actually in the process of like working on rebuilding it so it can become a resort for people. It'd kind of been like let go, and then some people bought it and are trying to rebuild it. But the movie takes place in Virginia, which I think is cool. And it's about this girl, Baby. That's like the stupidest name ever. But anyway, a girl named Baby. And she goes to this summer resort with her parents. And it's like they have activities, swimming and hiking and biking and all that kind of stuff. But she notices that there is a hot dude, Patrick Swayze, who teaches dance classes. And she kind of follows him one night and ends up seeing what they do after they do this ballroom, like fancy pants dancing, that is actually dirty dancing, and they dance and grind all up on each other. But it's not like Step It Up or Step Up or any of those kinds of movies. It's much more of a classic. And I like the way that they handle some of like the more perverted stuff, because like adults know it's happening, but I don't know that kids necessarily would. Well, maybe they would. I don't know. It's handled a little more delicately than some other movies, if as a parent you're concerned about that. And I'm actually going to stop where I am right here and just say a couple of honorable mentions, because this video is getting kind of long. I had Aquamarine, which is about a mermaid that comes to life. Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown, if you like Snoopy. That's them going on a raft race in the river. Summer Rental with John Candy. That's a cute movie. He rents a house and it goes to crap. And then It Takes Two, like I said before, that's another camp movie. Babysitter's Club, and then the last one is Judy Moody and the Not So Bummer Summer, where her aunt comes and they try to find Sasquatch. That was another one that I went in with really low expectations and actually thought was pretty cute. But anyway, sorry this video is so long. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your favorite summer movies are in the comments below, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.